when I was growing up, there was not really a lot of Asian American representation, and I was an immigrant. So it was hard growing up to see none of that representation. So I'm glad that there is so much more Asian American visibility nowadays.
Yeah, I understand what it's like being an immigrant, growing up in America. And so I can relate to that experience, and I want to help other people kind of get connected and do well in the professional space so that we can see more people at the higher levels in the corporate world and professional world, because you got to start from the bottom.
There's a saying that I think can be a little cliched, but you can't be what you can't see. When they look at someone and they can see themselves and their stories reflected in people in positions of power, I think it reminds people to stay the course and that there's something waiting for them on the other side, and that's a pretty big deal.
It takes a village, and so I'm lucky and very privileged to say that I have several mentors within Savills and then also externally. They've all really taken their time and gone out of their way to sit with me, even if it's for 10 or 15 minutes, and just catch up and talk about, okay, Rika, how do we help you? How do we give you access to this? What resources do you need? How can I be a resource to you? And I think that is so genuine and so authentic.
It's uncomfortable to be in a place where you're being vocal about your ambition, but there are people who are there who are ready to support you. We just have to be brave enough to find them.
It's nice to have a diverse team because you're able to ask people for differences of opinion in terms of problem solving and different analysis of issues that might come up in a day-to-day for real estate.
So I think just that diversity of thought, both in the workplace and then that trickle-down effect to the rest of your employees and also the people that live and work in your buildings, I think that's all really important, and all the more reason why there needs to be more diversity in the workplace.
An industry problem that we've had is something known as the revolving door. So where a lot of young people find it very hard to A, break into the industry and or become successful and kind of reach that next step because they lack the mentorship to be able to bring them to that next level.
It's honestly encouraging and inspiring when you do see people of similar background as you who have made it to the top.
I'm glad that maybe there'll be some other immigrant children or some other younger Asian Americans who can look up and see, oh, here's an older Asian American who's made it and in a leadership role, and maybe that will inspire them to continue on their way.
What we're going to see is a new generation of leadership in real estate who bring that energy, that dynamic energy to every conversation. That's a really great thing because they're going to lead differently and they're going to build brick by brick a different culture at their current companies or different companies to make sure that that model of inclusivity is reflected at every level.